Hi, I'm Jay Jones, founder of Divorce and Custody Success Training, and welcome to your Divorce and Custody Success Training. So I'm here to help you, right? That's what we're going to do in this process. I got my handy dandy notes here. It's a notebook actually given to me by my son when he attended a Tony Robbins event. We'll talk a little more about Tony later. And let's get started, okay? So who am I? Mention I'm Jay Jones. I founded this thing. But more importantly, I used to tell people I'm the only lawyer who's a former football player, former bouncer, former bodyguard for battered women, who makes scones and is an award-winning singer. Because I'm pretty sure the other guy can't sing. Additionally to this stuff, I do a few other things, and it's part of why I'm so passionate about people having not just successful cases, but successful lives. Because look, I know this case is huge in your world right now, but there's more to it than just this case. People get into these cases because they're trying to make a change, or a change may have been forced upon you, but they want to get outcome, a change that is going to make their life better, something they can see and love and enjoy. That's what I'm here to help you do. And that's really kind of how I started with stuff. I keep checking my notes here. I guess the point is to tell you how professionally I got here, which is working for some law firms. My job was to be a consulting attorney, which means my job was to get people to come on board and hire the firm, which was cool. I love helping people. Talking to them day in and day out was totally my jam. But you can't always serve two masters, right? Serve a firm, they want to get people hired, that kind of thing. And sometimes people just need to know some stuff, right? Let's just talk. What do you need? Sometimes you might just need a hand. And eventually I realized maybe people might need the help without pressure from a law firm, just somebody who could be team them. That's why Team You kind of came to be a thing around here, so that I could be Team You and be there to just give you what you need. Insider tips, insider secrets, things you need to know, the things that you can do to make sure that you get what it is you want out of this process. That's kind of what I love to do, and that's what I do. You may talk to me here. This is actually my home office. You may catch me in Mexico. I love to travel. Look, my job is to be here to help anyone anywhere in the country. And fortunately, thanks to this little magic box, I can do that. That's kind of what I love to do. So that's how I got started, and that's a little bit more about me. That's how Divorce and Custody Success Coaching came to be. So if you have any other questions, by the way, you're welcome to email me. Look, I try to be as responsive as possible. So how could you not be if you're not there to help? Anyway, there's people that all kinds of people have helped. Like, think of a gentleman who's just hell-bent on not paying a dime, like nothing, all right? Until we chatted. And then within a week, we'd settled his case. He was down the road and moved on to a happier life. He actually moved to the islands. I mentioned that in the ebook. If you haven't grabbed that ebook, you probably have by now. Make sure you do. A lot of the tips that are in here are in there. This is going to expand on some of that stuff, but it's definitely a free way for you to know some of the things that you need to know to succeed. Let's say you're in an abusive relationship, male or female, straight, gay, it happens. Look, let me put it this way. I had a doctor in my office who treated abused people who had been in an abused relationship for 10 years, and no one knew. Okay, it happens to everyone. Sadly, we're here to help, okay? And there's an exercise we can do that can help you feel a little more comfortable in making the change going forward, because I know how scary it can be and how it gets inside your head. But we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you don't find yourself stuck there for the rest of your life. If that's why you're here, really, really glad you're here. It's a huge step, and we're happy to help. Let's say you're somebody who's just got kind of an unusual case. Like, take this one. Had somebody come to me who wanted to change careers. They wanted to leave their career. He wanted to leave his career, let's be more specific, so that he could live out his dream, which was to be a stay-at-home mom. We were able to facilitate that change, which was awesome. He had the support of partners. What an amazing case, an amazing human being. Nonetheless, there are some things that needed to be attended to to make sure that this worked out, particularly because this individual did have an ex. This was more of a custody case as well. So we were able to talk about not just the mechanics of the case, but hey, how are we going to talk to the kids about this? What's going to go on with your current partner? The name change, what's going to go on with your ex? I mean, how are we going to handle all this? We're very proud to be able to be an ally in supporting this person in their change. And whatever your situation, I want you to know, we're going to listen. We're going to help. We do that here. If we don't, I get really, really upset. So yeah, we do that here. All right, cool. Now, here's how we do that. We got this intro. You and I are meeting each other. We're going to chat here. By the way, like I said, if you want to shoot me a note, no problem. Go ahead. I like to check those things out when people read the intro. Send me a note. It's fine. You can send it to jjones@divorceandcustodysuccesstraining.com. jjones@divorceandcustodysuccesstraining.com. I look forward to hearing from you. I love hearing from you. Once we go through this intro, though, we're going to talk about the steps that you are going to need to go through to have the success that we're going to set up for you. That's why we're here, right? Okay, and there's 5 steps, okay? The first and most important one, first and foremost, get your mind right, okay? Everybody has to go through this. Doesn't matter where you are, whether you filed, whether you were filed upon, whether you're getting a divorce, whether you're going through a custody case. If you don't have your mind right, specifically know what your goal is, where you're trying to go, what you're trying to create, no one can help you, all right? You will be a victim to your own fears, to your ex or their lawyer, which is even worse. Trust me, you really don't want that. We are here to make sure that you know exactly what it is you want to do. And if it's unrealistic, all right, that's something, particularly with my one-on-one clients, I do individual coaching, I'll tell you, look, hey, that's not a thing, right? Like the person who's been married for 23 years has been the main provider that didn't want to pay a dime. Yeah, unlikely. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that. Now, can we minimize the damage? Absolutely. Let's talk about that. But we deal in the real here. And that starts with you having a really clear idea of what it is you're trying to create. After you've done that part, which is honestly the largest part of this, it's the heavy lifting. Now you've taken control, okay? You can go to somebody, whether it's just hey, maybe you're just doing a divorce between you and your ex, or reorganizing custody between you and your ex. Hey, look, here's what I'm trying to create. Now I've got a picture in my head. Okay, we can talk about it. You're not going to be confused. Or you're going to an attorney and say, hey, look, I need certain things to happen to get where I want to go. You're going to have that plan. Once that's done, there are certain mechanics that have to be done so that you can assist yourself or your legal professional in making sure that you get that result that you want to have the success in your case and in your life. That is why we're here, because that's what this is about, right? You're trying to build something great out of what's kind of a tough time. A better life. Okay, we can do that, okay? Think of it this way. Thousands and thousands of people have gone through this process and are going through it right now, helping some of them. We can help you too. You're going to make it. It's all good. Okay? Here's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn, first and foremost, if you have kids, how to protect your kids. If you have kids, they have to come first. That's just how it is, and that's how we do it around here. I used to be guardian ad litem. Kids always come first. And we're going to show you how to do that and make sure that the kids don't get banged up in the divorce process, or if you're changing custody, why you're doing that, and how to do it in a way that is going to be acceptable, not just to you, but also to your kids, and even sometimes how to sell it to the other side. We can even, if you have, say, a narcissistic ex, there's actually a little tweak, a trick that you can use so that you can get what you want from them, but they'll think it's their idea. Okay, we'll talk about that. Next, what if it's just you who needs some help? Maybe it's you who needs protection. Like, the gal that was in such a tough position. Well, number one, I'm really glad you're here, okay? I know this is a huge step. I know how it can get into your head. This situation can make you think that the world's upside down and you're not worth a damn. Well, you are, all right? And you're proving that by being here. And we're going to help you help yourself. And if you have kids, your kids. We're going to help you build a better life. Doesn't matter if you're male, female, transgender, if you're gay, straight, bi, whatever. Look, no one deserves to live in fear, although it happens to everyone. I had someone in my office who was a doctor who treated abuse victims for 10 years, who was in an abusive relationship for 10 years. Look, it happens. Somebody else is already being hard on you. Don't be hard on yourself. Let us help you, okay? Once we've got you sorted out, you're safe, kids are safe, good. That's rule number one, make sure everything's good. What about other stuff? How do we keep your stuff safe? Well, because you can't just leave somebody and have nothing. Well, we're going to focus on that. How do we keep your stuff safe, okay? You came into a relationship, whether it's a marriage or maybe just a breakup, and it's not just the kids we got to think about, it's some of the hardcore items like a house or cars. What do we do with all the things that we've acquired? What about debt, okay? We're going to show you how to make sure that you have all the information you need so that you're prepared to handle all of it, okay? And it's actually not even that hard. Most of what you need to do, you'll be able to do using your phone and your handy dandy success planner that hopefully you've printed out by now. If you haven't, you're going to want to do that very soon. Okay, that's your blueprint for success. I even thought about calling it that. Make sure you keep that thing handy, because sometimes as we're talking through these modules, I'm going to ask you to stop, go look in that book, maybe do some of the exercises, answer some of the questions, because some of these questions are things you need to know and think about, or to do some of the actions I need you to take before we go on to the next step so that we can assure you success. Okay? Right. Now, once you've taken care of your stuff, what if you own a business? You come into this, maybe you started a business. Obviously, I own this business. I own another business called Jones Scones. Some people may have come across that. It's entrepreneurialism. It's something I deeply believe in. And look, if you've built something, I know that it's near and dear to your heart. If you built that maybe with an ex, what do? How do you make sure that you don't destroy what you've built as you redefine your life and realign your relationship? There's a way, and there are experts that we can get you in touch with to help you with that. And there's some things we can help you collect and do so that you're prepared to have that conversation. And that's what we're going to talk about. Okay, we've got your intro, which we're doing right now. Then we got the 5 things you need to know about, okay, which is number 1, say it with me, get your mind right. Okay, cool. 2, how do we protect the kids? Kids come first after we got our mind right. Number 3, how do we protect ourselves? Because we got to do that. You're not good to anybody if we don't have that right. How do we protect our stuff? How do we protect our business? Those are the big things we have to talk about. There are the thousands of consults I've done. People always ask about those things with a few touchstones like, what's this going to cost me? How do I divide up my property? Look, all these are things that there are answers to, and I'm happy to help you with. And that's what you can look forward to as you move on to the modules in this case. I've made them easily digestible. We'll try to keep them under 20 minutes so that, hey, look, we're doing a video, but I'll also do an audio. So look, if you're in your car, just listen to it there. I want you to be able to access this info anytime. And remember, you can always use that planner so that you have what you need to succeed. That's what we do here. We're here to help. So thanks for checking out Divorce and Custody Success Coaching. And whether this is all you do, or whether you want to do the one-on-one, look, you're going to get what you need here. And I'm really glad that you're giving me the chance to help you. So thanks. And let's get started. All right, let's give this a pause, and then we'll jump in to the number 1 thing you need to do, which is get your mind right.